This is a relief. I was beginning to think I was done for. Give me a moment to confirm the order details. You put on a clinic out there. Well done. We'd already written this off as lost. You've made... You seem like a porter we can rely on. Go on, use your Cupid to get us online. Quickly now. I'll feel a lot safer once we're all hooked up.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Online at long last. This ought to do wonders for our ability to monitor chiralium levels by the plate gate, as well as keep an eye on the tar currents. More accurate data will definitely make travel safer for you and your friends aboard the DHV Magellan too. Ever since the plate gate appeared, we've been seeing increasingly dramatic anomalies all throughout the Australian continent. Some theorise that the UCA's connection to the chiral network destabilised all areas with our coverage. But what's done is done though. Our best bet is to follow suit and connect Australia too. It may also serve you to know that there are 4 environmental observatories, including this one. If you can bring them all onto the network, we're confident we'll be able to calculate where and when the next plate gate will appear. Anyway, you should already have access to the data we designated for you. Now, if we could only manage to get that old road patched up and usable. Well, there's our schematic for an MP shell variant grenade. MP shells explode on impact, and are non-lethal munitions that can not only incapacitate humans, but also deal corrosive damage to mechs. And while they're not as effective as blood grenades, they can definitely hurt BTs too. In any case, you might want to keep a few stashed in your grenade pouch at all times. We've also shared data for a grenade pistol. While it's only good for a few shots, this gun lets you fire MP shell grenades as projectiles. Its small profile means it packs easily as cargo and won't get in the way. Naturally, it'll fit snugly into any handgun holster as well. Our last contribution is the battle skeleton. Like other skeletons you may have used, it increases your maximum carrying capacity and movement speed. This particular model also provides additional protection. However, when you boost it to move faster, or whenever you benefit from its damage reduction capabilities, it'll consume battery power, so make sure you have enough to spare. If you find yourself running low while on the road, you'll need to use a generator or borrow a private room somewhere to recharge. You ought to take one out for a spin. It once ran through this region. Saw quite a lot of traffic from what I hear. If you scrounged up enough materials to keep the autopaver fed, you could make it just like it was back in the old days. But it's not like we have everything you need just lying around. Restoring roads is a massive undertaking, to put it mildly. Having said all that, east of this facility, you'll find the Smoke Hill mine. Get them operational and processing ores again, and you should have no trouble securing the requisite materials. I've posted a sub-order for this task, so take it on if you're interested. We can't thank you enough, Sam. Before you go, you've been getting a lot of praise for all your hard work. And in recognition of this, it seems you've been officially cleared to take on standard orders. Between the harsh conditions and the violent outlaws, there are fewer and fewer folks willing to serve as porters these days. But there's no shortage of people who need help. So I encourage you to take a look if you're interested. You can review the available requests by bringing up the list via your ring terminal. You'll find a new sub-order too. We need someone to restore the mine. Bet you could benefit from having it operational as well. Anyway, thanks again for going above and beyond. Best wishes and safe travels to you, my friend.
That's some good work, Sam. The DHV Magellan's parked not too far from your position. You'll be able to pick up your next order on the ship. But before that, you should head back to your room and rest up. I imagine you're both pretty tired. You and Dolman.
Order completed. Well done.
Always been so good to us.
I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. Perhaps we could take a break? Talking in your sleep. Kept repeating the name Amelie.
Sam, Tarman here. I'd like to brief you on this next order of yours. Once you're ready to head out, access the delivery terminal on the DHV Magellan to proceed.
So, the files say you worked with Amelie to connect everyone in the UCA to the chiral network. But that despite your best efforts, an extinction event known as the Last Stranding seemed destined to kill us all. Until Amelie found a way to put a stop to it. She single-handedly sealed off the extinction entity's beach, preventing countless BTs from invading our world, and in doing so, saved humanity. But why am I telling you this? You were there to witness it all with your own two eyes. And you, of all people, must know that humanity can never truly escape extinction. The ultimate goal of Drawbridge's mission is to overcome the Death Stranding. If we succeed, we will be fulfilling Amelie's dying wish. At least that's how I see it. So in order to survey an area, I have to rely on a very special power. My strength of will, you might say. The requisite focus can be rather exhausting, but I'm happy to grin and bear it since it's for your sake. So, if you deem it necessary, feel free to send me airborne as many times as you like. It won't use up any battery or chiral crystals either. All it requires is that I place my absolute faith in you. Which I do, so don't hesitate to ask for help.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Looking clean as a whistle.
The weapons they were wielding were impressive, and the brigands themselves were a tough, imposing bunch. You know, Sam, you can have me scout ahead if it would make your life easier. Just toss me into the middle of their camp, and I can give you a better picture of what to expect. It's not very sophisticated, but it works. Just promise you won't throw me anywhere weird. When the first APAC expedition came to Australia, the brigands saw them as they were unwilling to embrace the change that, while their motives differ, I'm reminded of the brigands seem committed to not killing their enemies, at least. If only they had channeled their energies into a Are you all right, Sam? What was that just now? Did something happen?
Sam, about the next site we wanted you to bring online with the Cupid. It seems we have a little problem. The tar currents nearby have grown unstable. Under these conditions, it's unlikely we'll be able to establish a chiral network connection. Our scans have identified a potential cause. An unknown device located within a brigand outpost to the north of West Fort Knott. It's hardly an elegant solution, but we need you to destroy it. When you're ready, take on this main order to proceed. The client in this case is the musician. I can't wait to hear what he has to share with the network. Don't let us down, Sam.
Hey Sam, this is Tarman. The disruptor device we need you to disable is located in this area. You should have no trouble whatsoever destroying it using MP bullets or MP shells. Alternatively, consider getting close enough to access the device directly. You can use your ring terminal to have APAS hack into it, allowing you to disable it without resorting to brute force. Be advised though, Sam, that some of the brigands you'll encounter on site will be wearing armor protecting both their heads and bodies, and that every one of these armored units will be wielding a rod. No doubt their aim is to fortify themselves against ranged attacks, allowing them to move in and engage you at close quarters. In light of this development, we've gone ahead and added armored enemies to our VR weapons and combat training programs. This way you can experiment with various methods and find a means of dealing with them that's suited to your personal strengths. That's all the information I have for now. Review your potential routes and finalize your equipment loadout before heading out. We're counting on you, Sam.
Commencing route creation. Delivery.
Order accepted. Oh, hey, it's you. Always looking out for us. I don't know where you found this. I'm sure glad you did. I have a feeling this This data will be of use to you. Take it, please. We're increasing your allocation of materials. Hope it
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I've shared data with you for an electric shock absorber you can attach to your backpack. While equipped, it'll reduce the damage you suffer when struck by electrical attacks. Even better, it'll also harness some of the juice to recharge your batteries. Goes without saying, that could come in very handy. Be sure to give it a try sometime.
Order completed. Well done.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Time for us to get us our delivery, eh? Thank you, sir. You're really something, aren't you? Bet the cargo would say the same if it could. We'd given up all hope of ever seeing this. I'm so glad you... I'd say it's about time I gave you this. We've designated more materials for your use. Don't hold back on our account.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
With your help, we were able to improve the design of the spare ammo container and create a version with a much bigger capacity. That's not an overstatement. It'll let you carry a lot more ammunition. That way, you don't have to bring so many weapons and can rely on just a few favourites. That sounds good to you? Give it a try.
Order completed. Well done.
sense them, Sam. Be on your guard for BTs.
Appreciate you coming, Sam. Out and about working even in this weather. You just don't quit. Of all the things I never expected to receive, you bloody ripper. A bloke like you should be able to make good use of this data. Take a look. How are you doing for materials? 'Cause
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I've shared a schematic for a new weapon with you, a silenced handgun. It's chambered for tranquilizer rounds. Pop someone in the noggin and they'll drop like a rock. Effect's the same if you hit them anywhere else, actually. Just takes longer to kick in. This little fella can be very useful for when you want to remain unnoticed while sneaking through enemy territory. Matter of fact, I once secured an entire enemy outpost with one of these. So bear in mind it's got that kind of potential. Hope it serves you well in the field.
Couldn't drink another drop.
I'm afraid you've dropped some cargo, Sam.
Very impressive work, Sam.
good to see you again. I'm guessing you've got orders I need to check? No issues with the contents, it seems.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Well, we've both got work that needs doing. Let's get at it, huh?
Order completed. Well done.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route.
Order accepted. Thank you.